Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to find out what is triggering separation between the DM and the DF. So before we get started, I also wanted to say that I am offering 10-minute free readings for any new subscribers, or actually if you've already subscribed, just let me know, and again, you will get one free question, so it'll be a 10-minute free reading. And so go ahead and comment below or send me an email at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com, and go ahead and give me your one question, and I will email you a private video for that 10-minute free reading. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to pull from these types of shadows that could be. But before I get started, you can relate to the DM or the DF. I'm going to do one for the DM, one for the DF. You can relate to both, take the guidance from both, or you can just relate more to the DM, or you can relate more to the DF. Doesn't matter. You can switch the roles. Also, please set your intention for what you want out of this reading. And also, my guides are telling me about crystal work, where if you have a some kind of rose quartz, doesn't have to be this size. I can, when I do my readings and my guides are channeling through me, my guides can talk to your guides through your own rose quartz and give you extra clarity, is what they're telling me, which is pretty cool. So that's what we're doing here. So if you have a rose quartz, go ahead and have it next to you to gain more clarity. On any readings that I may do for any video, I will always have it next to me. Okay. Also, please set your intention for what you want. Also, my intention is to help as many people as possible into twin flame union, help people become the highest versions of themselves, help empower as many DFs and DMs as I can, and to be a clear channel for the divine and have fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull in for the DM first. Just one, please. One shadow that's blocking. Okay, now let's pull one for the DF, please. One shadow for the DF, please. Okay, and we'll figure out what the heck is going on here. Okay, so for the divine masculine, we have vulnerability here. So they're feeling pretty vulnerable at this time for the DM. Okay, and then the DF, there is discouragement. So there's some kind of discouragement going on. Both pretty self-explanatory, I think. The DM is feeling vulnerable. Maybe they feel like, they can't come forward, and then the DF is feeling pretty discouraged by that. But let's get some clarifiers on what is happening here. So let's start with this deck. So we'll start with the DM. What is going on with vulnerability for the DM? Why is vulnerability blocking? Why is vulnerability blocking connection or the twin flame union at this time for the DMs, please, for the collective? Okay, so we get a tempting offer has a high price. So this is what they're feeling. So their tempting offer is you, and they're feeling this may come as a high price. They're feeling very vulnerable right now. Well, I'm not going to pick up the little, as if it was a card, right? So they're feeling very vulnerable right now. And so they feel like if they come towards you, it is going to come at a high price. They're afraid that if it doesn't work, which I will be honest, if you do get together at a lower vibration, it probably will not last, to no fault of your own and no fault to them. It's just that we have things inside of us that are, like we're both running away from our darkness. We have this contract that we came down here to clean out each other's programming, deep programming from other lifetimes, from this lifetime. It doesn't even have to be from Earth. It could be from any planet, right? So anyway, so we made this contract to come out here and clean this out of each other, mirror this back at each other. So yes, it does feel like a high price because it does feel pretty emotionally vulnerable when we get out of union. But when we start to understand the why and what's happening and what the universal secret is, it gets a little bit easier. Okay, so let's take a look at the divine feminine for discouragement. Let's take a look here. Why is the discouragement here? How is this blocking twin flame union? Discouragement. How is this blocking? For the divine feminine, please. I'm sorry, that wasn't a very good shuffle. There we go. Divine feminine, divine feminine. Okay, we got Fairy of the Green World. The natural world needs you. The natural world needs you. So it's almost like you guys are feeling discouraged. Obviously, you know, you don't really see what's going on behind the scenes with the DM or your divine counterpart, whatever which you relate to. And so this is saying the natural world needs you. So it's almost like what they're saying is that there's this whole world that needs your attention. And instead of focusing on your DM and focus on the lack of your DM, it's like you need to be focused on the world that needs you because, okay, so this is what they're telling me. Because I'm like, this is really like, what are you trying to tell me here? So what they're telling me is that because you guys, so what the twin flame is, right? It's a rejoining of the original God Spark division, okay, which sparked a collective mission to heal the planet. It is the merging that illuminates a path for the collective to follow. It's a portal of love for the planet. Okay, so what this means is merging. That is your soul and their soul. So right now you are now in, okay, merge in union with your twin flame's soul, whether you realize it or not. And what this is doing, it's creating this portal of love for the planet. Because you are a bridge for unconditional love that helps heal the collective as well as your own bloodlines. Okay, all that deep programming. And that is what you should be focused on. Instead of being focused on the lack of your twin flame, it's good to be focused on your original mission. Okay, your mission to heal the planet, your mission to create this portal of love for the planet. And remember the 3 levels of consciousness. 98% of the world could be at, and I'm not saying for sure, could be at, you know, the world is happening to me. And then that's like level 1. Level 2 is the world is happening for me. And then level 3 is the world is me. And when you realize the world is me and that you are healing, just know as you are healing the world because the world is you. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's get some more either guidance or clarifiers. Let's get some more guidance, or let's get for the DM. So let's look at vulnerability. Let's look at vulnerability, please. All right, can I please have 1 card for the DMs for vulnerability? Okay, 1 card. All right, so this says gifts, right? Gifts. Aw, she's so cute. So, okay, this did come out reversed, and so what this is telling me is that the DMs don't realize the gift here. Again, what I just said about the DF, right? Same thing. And so what is not in alignment with your twin flame union is now being purged, okay? And it's making the divine masculine vulnerable. But they don't see the gift. They don't understand the gift in this. They don't understand exactly what's happening. They see it more as a punishment, or maybe they see it more as a, like, what's happening to me. It just depends on the DM, and it depends on what vibration you're at. I know it depends on your vibration because remember the world is you, and so that's the version of person that you're attracting. So if you're attracting a lower vibration at this time, which is fine, it's not forever, it's just, you know, sometimes it could be for an hour, sometimes it could be for a week. But there's learning that's, you know, it's like kind of like a dark night of the soul where you're just learning. Okay, it's a gift. People don't see it as a gift because that is where the most learning comes from. And it's like a deep dive into your shadows and, you know, ridding the programming and ridding those old belief systems. But let's look at the divine feminine. Why is discouragement here? Just want to make sure this is like blowing around here. Okay, discouragement. Why is discouragement here for the DF? Why is discouragement here for the DF, please? Trust. Yeah, that's self-explanatory, right? So it's all about trusting the universe, trusting your soul, trusting yourself with your contract. You know, it's always best to just remember that you're being a mirror to your twin flame. So however you're feeling, they're feeling. If you're feeling pretty trusting, just know they're feeling pretty trusting. If you're feeling pretty untrusting, they're feeling pretty untrusting. If you don't care, they don't care. If you love them, they love you. It's just a mirror. I know it sounds weird, but that's what this twin flame union is. They have no choice but to mirror you. They just don't have that choice. And so just trust that you will be in union or something better. Just know sometimes your soul has something even better in mind, and just be open to that, whatever that means, okay? Okay. Now let's do this deck. Let's get guidance or, clarity on vulnerability for the divine masculine, please. One card. One card. Yeah, making love. Okay, so we have divine sensuality, making love, erotica. So vulnerability. So yeah, so I can see what this means. So they're feeling pretty vulnerable right now because they are missing you like crazy, right? They are thinking about you. They are fantasizing about you. They want to make love to you, and they're feeling pretty vulnerable about this because of what happened last time, or they feel like there's a high price to pay, right? If they get involved with you again, there could be this hurt that may happen all over again, and they don't want to go through all that. And so, it's almost like, and if you're the one that's relating to the divine masculine side and you're feeling this way, just know it's just like, I know this sounds weird, but like this love for yourself is like the major romance of any healthy relationship, right? Showing your self-love, okay? Whatever that means to you, okay? Really deeply loving yourself, okay? And not expecting someone else to fill that void for you, okay? And so that's what they're saying about that one. Let's look at discouragement. Let's look at discouragement. Let's get another card, please, when it comes to the DF, when it comes to discouragement. What would you like us to know about discouragement, please? And we got farewell to the moon. It says appreciate and enjoy the lunar sight and cycles. Yeah. So what this is saying is that we do all live by the cycle. So what they're telling me is that discouragement. So okay. So this is what they're telling me. So we all kind of buy into this time, right? And we're getting discouraged because time's ticking by, and we're wondering, when is this going to happen? I mean, if it doesn't happen by this time, I'm done. I'm not waiting anymore. And so what they're saying is live by the moon. Okay. There is no time. Be a goddess and live by the moon. So, really look at the cycles, look at the new moon, look at the first quarter moon, look at, the full moon, look at the last quarter, all that stuff. Okay. Really study that and realize this is the time to reap. This is a time to sow. This is a time to let go. And it really is quick. It's like every 2 weeks, right? There's the new moon and there's a full moon. It's like really so every 2 weeks, you're really focusing on that moon cycle, and you're really focusing on the waxing and the waning of the moon and what is important during that time and what you should be doing for yourself, whether it be manifesting or whether it be letting go, whether it be cleansing, whether it be, whatever it is. So you're just like really paying attention. And I have like an app now where I go on my little moon calendar and I see what it is and what's a good time to do. Like, what am I supposed to be doing during this time? So I'm really paying attention to living by the moon, not by time. Time doesn't exist. And as you raise high in your vibration, not only does your future timelines change, but your past also changes. Your past is no longer the same. When you start talking to people, they won't remember things that you do. because the past has changed. I know that sounds weird. Farewell to the moon. So it just says appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. So really appreciate the cycles of what's happening. And when you start to do that, you start to not be discouraged. You start to not pay attention, and you realize that time is not an issue. Like literally, Christmas will be here tomorrow, right? I mean, I feel like things that happened when the last time I was with my twin flame, it really doesn't feel like that long ago. There really is no time. Like time is just like one big blur. That is what they're telling me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more. Let's get one more piece. Let's get one more clarity or advice for DMs. One card, please, for the DMs. Ugh, stuck here. Yeah. We get this card a lot, huh? So with the DMs, with the dry desert, it's like we all think we're walking alone, and really our twin flame is walking next to us, or whoever, maybe it's your guardian angel, maybe it's your soul. We're always being so, you see this lady and she's walking through this pretty hot desert without any water, mind you. And it's kind of a tough road ahead. It's kind of a long journey, but see, she's persevering, and she's not giving up, and she's like, no matter what, I am happy, and I am not alone. I am definitely not alone. And so because this is reversed, this is telling me on the DM they're feeling pretty vulnerable on this path right now. They may not feel like they may feel like they're alone. They may feel like no one is with them, helping them, guiding them, or at least, just, loving them, it's just almost like, I really feel like this is the twin flame, and we just don't know it. Like we just don't see it, right? We just don't see the twin flame next to us at all times. Our twin flame is with us on every lifetime, whether in spirit, whether energetically, whether in the physical. They're always with us no matter what. There is no other entity in this world that is closer to you than your twin flame, as they have never left you. And so being vulnerable on the DM side, they need to come to that conclusion. All right, let's look at the DF side for discouragement. What is going on for the DF side for discouragement? Can I please have one card for the DF for discouragement? Okay, so we got follow the leader, but it is reversed. Okay, it's kind of like the same thing, right? So I like this that it's reversed though. Because with this one, it's like you're following the leader. It's like it's upright. So what does that mean, right? So maybe you're following your soul up the path, and you're coming up to this, windy road, and coming up to a clock here, right? But to me, it's kind of 3D with the clock, and it's almost like following the leader of like those that are in charge, or those that tell you that they know better, or really it's maybe those that are programming you. So this is reversed. This is beautiful. So for some of you, realizing to get out of this discouragement is being your own leader. You're not following anyone's protocol. You're only following your own protocol. Okay? You are deprogramming yourself. When the world says this is bad, you're saying, you know what? I see it in a different perspective. I actually see it as good. My shadow sides are not bad. Darkness is not bad. It is all me. It's all a part of me, and I love all of me. I am whole. I love all of me. I am lovable just as I am. I unconditionally love myself, and you're not following anyone else's programming. So this is what I'm getting for. This is how you're getting out of your discouragement, or it is advice on how to get out of your discouragement. Okay, following your own protocol, following your own lead, your own guides, your own soul. Okay, let's get some advice for the DM first. So much easier to shuffle down here, but I'll do it up here on the camera. Shuffling one card. I need one card. See, it's just hard when it's just because I'm sitting down probably. One card for the DM, and I have some advice for the DM, please. Okay, can't be that stuck. Here we go. I choose love no matter what. That's for the DM. I choose love no matter what. This will get you out of vulnerability. It's okay to be vulnerable, by the way. I'm saying it like it's a negative thing, but my question was, it was asking what is blocking twin flame union. But just know vulnerability is not bad at all. Like this lady's pretty vulnerable, right? Walking through this hot desert, it's pretty vulnerable to do that. It's not a bad thing. It's good to be vulnerable. It's good to open up your heart. It's good to allow yourself to open up. And this also is being vulnerable, which is a good thing. I choose love no matter what. But sometimes the divine masculine, whether you're male or female, you may see it as a bad thing and maybe blocking your twin flame union. Basically, you just feel pretty vulnerable, like not wanting to get hurt is what I'm seeing here. So for the DF, what is the guidance for the DF? What is the guidance for the DF here? It says obstacles are detours in the right direction. I love that. Any obstacle or detour that the soul gives you, it's bringing you in the right direction. Just remember that. Any obstacle that you foresee, okay, any path that you take will take you to where you're supposed to go, even though if you think it's the wrong way. But again, the clock that you are focused on is not the right path, by the way. That's why it's upside down. Don't go towards the clock, go towards the moon cycles. Be in the moon cycle, be in touch with nature, go by the moon, keep living a goddess life. What does it mean to be a goddess? What does it mean to live by the moon cycles? It will really teach you how to manifest. It'll bring back all your old divination tools and how you used to live in other lifetimes where you knew how to be one with nature, one with everyone, one with everything, and where things just went smoother. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I think the way I like, you know what, I'm trying to figure out a title. You know what, maybe I'll just use that as my title. That's what I'll do. I'll just use that. So I'm just gonna do one more card. I like this. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Or one of these I'll pick as my title. Let's see, but we'll do one last card here. One last card. And this I think has to do with one of, like I always like to have how to get into twin flame union. So let's just see what this says. Okay. So your final card is get rid of social conditioning, social programming to help you take back your shadow side so you're not fragmented. Right? That's what we were talking about, right? Getting rid of that social conditioning, that social programming, because it's making you think that there are parts of you that are not good. And so you think of it as your own dark side, so you cast it into the shadows. And unfortunately, because you're running away from those parts of you, you are now fragmented, you're not whole. And what that does is it puts a divide between you and your twin flame. I know that sounds weird, but that's what's happening. Also, what popped out here is the universe is preparing us for union through mirror shadow work. All right. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. And again, if you're interested in a 10-minute free reading, please go ahead and email me one question. Just let me know that you subscribed. And thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate it. And I would love to connect to you. Please comment below and tell me how you're doing and whatever you want to say. I'm really excited to connect with you all. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.